I'm on a free coaster right now, and I have been for a minute. I've tried to switch back to a cassette a couple times. I don't know. I honestly, I have no answer for that. I don't know. I love both, but I'm mainly on a free coaster for the majority. Should I redo that? Or just keep going whenever this fucking big ass gust of wind starts fucking... But yeah, I think I would probably, I guess free coaster just because I'm always on a free coaster. But I wanna go back and forth. I wanna try and go on a cassette for a little bit, see how it is. I might switch back, who knows, for good. But yeah, free coaster for now, I guess. Even though I don't know how to use it, but I just act like I do.
Well, my friend Skylar, I know this is probably gonna break a lot of y'all hearts out there, but I'm not the biggest fan of them. Don't get me wrong, I'm not hating on anybody that's amazing at them, like Rakis and like Nordstrom, like those dudes, that is their trick, they own it, it's awesome. But for me, I'm not that good at it. It doesn't look that good when I do it, so I'm just gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna let them have it and just do this other stuff that I really enjoy doing. But yeah, I'm not too big on the crank flip, guys. I'm sorry to let y'all down, but you probably won't be seeing very much more of those from me. It's just not my thing, sorry. That's all I got, dude. I just would rather not, you know, like there's other tricks that interest me more. But again, not hating on it. Other dudes, you do that, that's your thing, it's awesome. Keep it up.
I saw the Up, Up, and Away video, and I would just watch Aaron Ross's part on repeat, and all the other parts are crazy too, especially Jake Seeley. I also liked a lot of V-Club videos, like for the sake of the video. I really liked that. There was a lot, like Randy Taylor had an amazing part in that. And also I would just watch all sorts of like props that came out. Because back then the web didn't really have that many videos, so you would just have to like buy DVDs and just hope that they were good.
Usually when I ride trails, I'll put them on. I put them on, like, they come on the complete bike, and the last complete bike edit I did, I rode them, and I found them really frustrating. The Fufanu I did, like, on a bank derail, it wasn't nearly as much fun as I remember it being, and it was like a hard reach, and just put me in like awkward positions that, like, I was like, I remember these positions. I don't like this. I do miss good wall taps though. Wall taps, like leaning into like a good wall tap is just one of the most fun tricks. So, and there's other Fufanus that are tons of fun, but I feel like it makes my riding more fluid to not have them. Makes me more present while riding because the risk factor is like, oh, if you're not paying attention, you're gonna get Tom Brokaw.
I'm not sure. I feel like recently it's been my back, because every time, I feel like you guys all know this, but I'm getting bigger, you know? I'm eating good. My back for some reason, and just because I'm so tall, or no, I'm not even tall, but like I'm so big that like when I ride, it's like after a full day of riding, my back starts hurting. I don't know why. How do I cope with my back hurting? Oh, I don't cope with my back hurting. I feel like you gotta charge it to the game sometimes, you know? Like there's nothing you can do about it. There's stuff you can do about it. I mean, me probably, I think I'm just lazy. Like I feel like I should probably go to a doctor and ask why it's hurting. But then they'll be like, dude, you just gotta eat healthier and like work out, which I feel like I should probably start doing. Yeah, I don't really cope with it. I just deal with it. Good question though. Thanks for asking.
Inspirations are constantly changing because you're constantly growing, figuring things out, realizing different perspectives and point of views. But I think my main one would be the two that I had mentioned, Chase and Aiken, you know, because that was like my initial set off point was like those dudes like made me realize what biking can do or riding can do for you, or just like how I would watch them do a trick and how it made me feel. I would just be like, I could only imagine if you actually did it, how you'd feel, you know? And so yeah, that initial spring from the motivation that they gave me, I think, is like what put me in the right place. And now it's just like whoever puts out the latest shit is gonna motivate you the most because it's the freshest stuff. And you're just like, you've seen everything that you want to be watching. So it's just like something new. And like usually the dudes that are dropping shit right now that you're paying attention to, like Dennis, they're like doing some groundbreaking shit that hasn't been done. So it's, like I said, Dennis just dropped that edit. You know, like I watched that and I almost jumped off the balcony at the freaking Airbnb. It's just like, I gotta jump off something. I gotta jump off something! You know, it's just like, whenever I got to jump off, you know, it just like amps you up, gets you going. So yeah, I guess that, you know, I'm pretty fucking amped up. But I still think where you come from, like what got you into BMX and where your like heart originally was, I still think that's like your longevity in BMX. Like how you're gonna look at it the whole time you're riding is like what got you into it. Is like whether you're trying to get money, whether you're trying to feel good, whether you're trying to look cool or whatever it is, you know? Mikey and Chase had to have been had the biggest impact on my riding, just because they like made me want to chase that feeling of like fulfillment. I get this feeling watching them ride that was euphoric, and I just couldn't imagine being the one that was actually getting that done, you know, being on the bike.
Oh man, that's a tough one. Well, geez. Well, all the trips blend. I would have to say that my favorite place that we've actually done an Odyssey trip specifically, we snuck into Cuba a couple years ago, which was really cool. It was just different. Like it was before you were allowed to go. It wasn't overly as sketchy as they had kind of talked about it, but it was cool and you felt kind of, you know, like, oh, we kind of snuck into this country. Went to Cayman Islands and just flew over. So it was relatively easy. It just could be a big deal if you just kind of misstepped a little bit. But it was really cool and that was fun. I'd say like that was the most, there's been other amazing Odyssey trips, and but that one was cool just to kind of go outside the box a little, and especially for a company like Odyssey to let a couple dudes go, and it was a good crew, so it was a good time. It would either be that or it'd be like early filming for Electron, it'd be Spain or Germany. Those were like two amazing trips with good people, good crew, like it was amazing. So, and they were also trips where it was kind of like a, you know, a good filming session that led to a good part, that led to a good year kind of thing. So it was the beginning of the keyboard grips. It was the beginning of that era. So I'd have to go, those were some of my favorite trips. Cuba was cool to sneak into. I think Germany and Spain were definitely like a bigger part of my BMX career.